Okay, so it's 2025, and as Black women professionals, whether in corporate, tech, or business owners, we got to get dead serious about what it is that we are aspiring to accomplish in 2025 because we know that the world around us is not here for us, is not trying to support us. And I don't want any Black women going invisible or unseen or uncompensated for the value in which you bring to every room that you enter. And so I want to help you get everything you're supposed to get about this, meaning your work, your life, your purpose. And who am I? I am Marlena Bayless. I am a coach, I'm a consultant, I'm an author as well. And I spent 15 years in corporate America in corporate technology space, and it leveraged me a lot of opportunities. I've earned over $1 million throughout my corporate career. Um, and I want to help other Black women do the same. I became a coach in 2019, and partly because I felt like it was so helpful and fruitful in so many things I was going through at the time. I was feeling very stuck, very stuffed, stifled, overwhelmed, just out of place in my work and in my environment. And I didn't know what to do with those parameters. And I didn't know what I was dealing with at the time. And so coaching really helped me to clarify some different things that I was experiencing. Number one, give me language for how to really accurately describe and manage those experiences, but then also help me understand where I might have been getting in my own way, predicting and assuming certain situations were occurring. And that was causing me to do what we don't absolutely have to do in life is suffer. And so, what I do is bring holistic success on my platforms, and I share and talk about that. And in 2025, we're going to be getting into it because there are so many ways for us to get everything that we want, despite what the noise of the world telling us we don't belong, we shouldn't be here, we shouldn't expect, or we should just be grateful. I'm not here for the gratitude, humility. I'm not that coach. I'm also not the coach that's going to yell at you and tell you you do everything wrong. I'm here to help you because I've been where you are, and we're all on a journey. So, with that said, top 5 things I believe will help you propel you, help you unlock your power and achieve great wealth for yourself, your family, and ultimately your freedom, which is what I'm all about. Okay, let's get into it. So number one, pay attention to your language. How do you talk to yourself? And I know this seems so simple, but simple does not mean easy. It just means familiar. You understand it. So, what I mean by paying attention to your language, not cursing people out, but in the term of how do you speak about yourself? How do you speak about the goals that you have? Do you talk as if they're not plausible or possible with you involved? Do you speak to yourself? Are you your biggest bully? That was one of the things I experienced a lot. I did not allow myself to make any mistakes. If I did, nobody had better hands than me in terms of making myself feel less than or frustrated or just beating myself up when actually you're human. You get to be human. This world is convinced and tried to convince Black people for so many reasons why we're not human. And this is another aspect that it actually harms us, trying to believe we're convinced we're not human. And that resilient trap or superwoman trap as a Black woman really gets us into trouble is because we can't get anything wrong. I've had clients come to me, they couldn't speak up in a meeting because the anxiety alone from being afraid to say something wrong was so heightened they couldn't even speak in a meeting. And if that's you or you struggle with this, I'm your girl. I'm here to help you. We talk a lot about effective communication, a lot of other things throughout this year you'll see, but I want to be of value and talk to you about what I promise. All right. So paying attention to your language, how you speak to yourself, how you speak to others, how you speak about your gifts are going to determine one, God, universe, whatever path of religion you follow, or faith. Uh, it's going to detract you or manifest you in the right spaces. You don't think it's that important, but it is important to say, I am. Some people have a hard time even declaring what they do. They have to bring a we or my team into it. Ownership is so imperative to going to the next level in your business and in your career. I had clients who speak, the businesses online. And so you have to do a lot of speaking to people. You have to do a lot of conversations. You have to do a lot of advocating and articulating who you are. And if you're not using the right language, that could be said for sales as well, but we're not going to get into the details. Language is important. Look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. And we can let me know if you want me to do more about language because I love this topic as well. All right. Investing in yourself is number 2. So you need to invest in yourself. You got money for certain things, right? So I get it, but I'm talking to the people who knows you're at the stage where it's time to invest in you. A lot of Black women, not all, a lot of Black women, because we are the fastest growing not social, but fastest growing entrepreneurs in the United States, but we also are the least supported, whether it's called venture capitalist funding, loan funding, banks, things like that. People don't like to take what they consider risks with Black women as often. So what we have to do is invest. We get really antsy about spending, right? About investing into certain programs. And what I will say is investing in yourself. Every program is not going to be great. Every coach is not going to be great. Every mastermind, every group is not going to be amazing. Every trip is not going to be amazing. But what is important is for you to be able to teach yourself in your mind that you can invest in yourself, that you can create opportunity for yourself, that you can do the things that you said you were going to do, and that you are following through, because part of investing in ourselves is also being congruent with the things in which we do want in our lives, and we do want to have success, and we do want people to be invested in what we do. That it's energy. Money is energy. It's cyclical. If you are holding on to your money like you ain't never gonna see it again, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna repeat that cycle over and over again. I'm just telling you as somebody who knows. Okay. I'm just telling you as somebody who knows, and I don't want you to go through that. So I want you to trust yourself, invest wisely. And investing in yourself is not in just people, right? And opportunities. As a coach working with me, or when I work with coaches, it's not the same thing. Investment could be also, are you storing away money for your future? How are your finances? Investing in saving, investing in the stock market, investing in stock options with your company or organization if that's where you work. Like there's free money on the table. I made 16,000 extra dollars just from investing, which basically meant taking money out of my paycheck that I never saw, never really missed, and then two times out the year could withdraw money and made 2 to 3 grand on average from one stock. Now that's something that was offered through an organization that I was working with, but I've had different methods of that. And I will say early on in my career, from my early career girlies, do that sooner. You will look up, from doing this one practice, I purchased 2 homes because I had down payments that I never missed because I was going to work anyway, and they just took the money, and then my employer matched it. So investing doesn't always have to be in programs and people. It could be investing in the things that are available to you that could be helping to propel you further. I'm just going to stop there because I keep going. All right. So we got here, make moves quietly. Stop telling everybody your business. Stop asking everybody to validate you before you do the work, because that's what's happening. You are asking for validation before you actually get the outcome or the results. And I know it's tempting when you got a really juicy idea and you want people to be bought in, you want people to really give you their feedback. But half the time we are making moves and sharing these moves with people who aren't our clientele, who aren't our customers. And so when they give you your feedback, it's not really relevant for the people you are actually called to serve. And so sometimes it can distract you from making moves. So that's why I really suggest making moves quietly. Let me know if you want more about this topic. Okay, I love to do that. Pop out on a vacation. But part of it is too, it's also teaching you that you validate you first, nobody else. So do that. All right, next one. Start leveraging personal branding. So I don't care if you're 60, 70 years old. I don't care if you're 20, 19 years old. If you don't have a YouTube page and you don't have a TikTok page and an Instagram page, you are missing out on building a legacy and personal branding. And what I mean is just start something. Just start something. A lot of social media, like gurus, talk about how this really is going to be our retirement package. And it's because we want to believe it's true, right? Anything can change. We see this. We've seen this in the last 4 years. If people who never experienced it before know anything can change. But what I will say is personal branding is a way to, one, potentially, I monetize my YouTube page with one video. I monetize my TikTok with one video. And I have been on there for months. Okay. I think I started doing TikTok just last year. I monetized there, I monetized here, and I literally have been on YouTube for a while, but I was not posting consistently. I had one video that I reposted from um from TikTok to YouTube, and it did the same amount of numbers, and that's when I was like, "Ooh, I knew I got something here." But my point is just start, because I literally just was recording based upon what I felt, and it leveraged itself into an opportunity. That's what personal branding can do for you if you start it right and you find where you succeed. I'm not At the beginning, it's not about picking the perfect place. It's about one, learning to do things that make you nervous, stepping outside of your comfort zone in a very safe way, because the bigger risk you're going to be able to take later on in your career and your life is going to be based upon where you set up the comfort level for yourself to trust that, hey, I can make this move, I can make this decision. And sometimes if you start small, it can build momentum and build confidence later. So this is a really, really great way to start that. It also allows you to deal with rejection in a way that's not in your face. And so you can manage that. Because a lot of people just have a hard time not being liked. Get on the internet, you'll learn you're not liked. And not in a negative way, but it will also help you to reduce if you struggle with people pleasing. That was definitely something I used to struggle with. And so if you struggle with people pleasing, this will be a way for you to minimize that, because you'll get a little bit more used. Everybody's not gonna like what you have to say. And that also will reduce when you're talking to clientele, when you're in business meetings, right? Because you're familiarizing yourself with expressing ideas that not everybody has to agree with, but that you stand on. So I hope that helps you. Let me know. And then last but not least, stop thinking, start doing. Stop thinking, start doing. It's so hard when you're a thinker. I'm an intellectual. Intellect is literally one of my top 5 strengths from Strength Finder. I'm telling you, I am a and I'm a Virgo, y'all. And I'm telling you, I'm an overthinker and I'm a mom. So put those two together. It's a nice recipe, nice milkshake shake for overthinker. I have hypervigilance, so all of these things make me want to analyze situations over and over again before making a move. That is my natural instinct. That is my trauma based instinct. And I think it's really important to acknowledge wherever you are along that spectrum, so that you can know one. I talked about language. Language is really important, not only so that you can navigate your different situations and scenarios, but clearly, but also it gives you a sense of control when you're able to name a thing. Naming something is so powerful. It really helps you to express who you are and take ownership over your identity and what you want in your life. And so I say all that to say, stop thinking so much. One of the ways that you can do this and start doing, don't even research nothing after you watch this video. Just make me a list of 5 things you could do. 5 things that are that you could do right now, not that you need to do once you get to X, Y, and Z. 5 things you could do today that will unlock power within you. And that could be taking the trash out. That could be cooking a meal at home instead of out and wasting money. That could be calling that contact that said that they had a client for you that you've been meaning to follow up with post the holidays. That could mean sending an email off to someone that you want to connect with, because you need that type of connection for yourself. You are a massive being. You are not a monolith. You are not one thing. And I want you to start acting like it in 2025. This is how you're going to get everything that you want in 2025. And if you want to do that and you would like me to help you unlock your power, join me here on all my various channels. And I'm just going to list them. So, TikTok here, Marlena Bayless. Like I said, 15 years in corporate landscape in different roles, as well as since 2019, I've been coaching all people, but I love to coach my sisters because we get 60 cents to the dollar in corporate America, and that translates in even to our businesses and the lack of support that we have. And so I really want us to be there for us. Okay. Instagram, Marlena Bayless as well. Facebook, Marlena Bayless Ruffin, as well as on YouTube. I am on there. My page is called Breakthrough Girl because it's time for us to break through. And if you would like to join me on those respective pages, please do. I'd love to have you and see you. And let me know what out of these top 5 you would like to hear more about. Till next time.